My name is Anne Finley Stockmeyer, and this is my own personal model of communication. I chose to relate it to a microwave because, in a way, the communication process is kind of like heating up food in a microwave. The sender is the microwave, the channel that it sends the message through is a unit of radio waves, and the receiver is the dish of food. The microwave has an intended message for this dish of food. And the intended message is to heat the food up to make it warm and delicious. The communication process is like the microwave and where it heats up food because the microwave is set to a certain time to cook the food. And just like in the communication process, you should always talk to someone at an appropriate time so the communication encounter goes very smoothly. The amount of heat that the microwave sends to the food is kind of representative of the intensity and the emotions that a sender would have in a message to a person. How the receiver interprets this message will differ based on past experiences and the current relationship with the communicator. There are environmental factors that affect the interpretation of the message, such as temperature, time, and cultural barriers in this case. The temperature has to do with if there's too much heat, then it will distort the food. And it's kind of like that has to do with the appropriate timing for a communication encounter. Now, if it's not cooked long enough, the food will be cold, which is kind of like in a communication encounter where the receiver is interrupting the messenger, which can distort the interpretation of the receiver. Now, the cultural barriers could be referred to as leftover rice from a Japanese steakhouse or tacos from Taco Bell. They're going to be cooked at different times to reach the same goal of being warm and delicious. So just like in a communication encounter, you need to keep in mind cultural barriers and different ways of speaking and take into account everyone's ethnicities so you don't say anything rude or prejudice against them. And a microwave also needs to be conscientious of what type of food it's heating up so it can be sure to cook it at a certain voltage and for a certain time. So all in all, the communication process is kind of like a microwave. The sender is the microwave, and the channel that the sender sends a message through is a unit of radio waves. And there's noise that interferes, like the time, the temperature, cultural barriers, and the receiver is the food. Thank you.